That energy drink in your hand right now is not giving you energy. It is putting your heart under stress, and most people never realize it until something goes wrong. Across Australia, these cans are opened every day by students, tradies, gym goers, and night shift workers who've been told this is normal. That it's safe. That it's just how you get through the day. But that story is convenient, not accurate. Because energy drinks aren't built around human limits. They're built around stimulation, speed, and repeat use. The faster your heart reacts, the more effective the product feels. And the industry relies on the fact that most people never question what that constant stimulation is doing internally. This isn't about rare cases. It is about daily habits that quietly push the heart harder than it was ever meant to be pushed. Once you see what's actually inside these drinks, you will realize this isn't tea energy you've been buying. It is stress, packaged as performance. Brand number 1, Red Bull. Red Bull is the energy drink most Australians trust, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. This is the brand that made energy drinks feel normal. One can be for work. One can be for the gym. One can to push through the day. It's small, familiar, and marketed as controlled. But look past the image and the reality is very different. Red Bull is designed to stimulate your nervous system aggressively. The caffeine hits fast, the sugar spikes energy, and the combined effect pushes your heart into overdrive. Heart rate increases, blood pressure rises. And for many people, especially when consumed regularly, that stress becomes routine rather than occasional. Here's what most people don't consider. Red Bull isn't consumed in isolation anymore. It's stacked with stress, lack of sleep, workouts, and sometimes alcohol. That combination is exactly what places extra strain on the heart. Palpitations, anxiety, and racing heartbeats are brushed off as normal energy drink effects, when they actually warning signs. The brand's biggest weapon is perception. Because the can is small and the branding is clean, people assume moderation is built in. It isn't. The stimulation is still there, and repeated daily use trains the body to rely on artificial stress just to function. Brand number 2, Monster Energy. Monster Energy takes everything dangerous about energy drinks and turns the volume up. This brand isn't subtle. Bigger cans, louder branding, stronger flavors, and a clear message: more is better. That mindset alone should worry you. The problem starts with scale. Monster isn't built around a single controlled hit of stimulation. It's built around excess. Larger serving sizes mean more caffeine, more stimulants, and a longer period of elevated heart rate. Your heart doesn't get a quick jolt. It gets pushed into sustained overdrive. Then comes the stacking. Monster doesn't rely on one stimulant. It combines caffeine with additional compounds designed to amplify the effect and extend the buzz. That combination increases cardiac workload, raises blood pressure, and makes palpitations feel normal. For many users, anxiety and racing heartbeats are dismissed as part of the experience, not as warning signs. What makes Monster especially dangerous is how it's consumed. Gym sessions, late nights, long shifts, sometimes multiple cans in a day. The body isn't designed to handle repeated stimulant spikes like this, especially when sleep, hydration, and stress are already compromised. Monster doesn't sell energy. It sells intensity. And intensity comes at a cost your heart pays quietly, until it can't keep up. Brand number 3, V Energy. V Energy is one of the most normalized stimulants in Australia, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. This isn't marketed as extreme or risky. It's marketed as everyday fuel. Students drink it, tradies drink it. Office workers drink it. It's treated like coffee, except it doesn't behave like coffee inside your body. V Energy delivers a sharp stimulant hit designed to kick your nervous system into overdrive quickly. Heart rate rises fast, blood pressure follows. That sudden spike is what people interpret as energy, but it's actually your body entering a stress response. And when that response is triggered repeatedly, day after day, it stops being temporary. What makes V especially concerning is frequency. Because it's framed as normal, people don't limit it. One can in the morning, another in the afternoon, sometimes combined with poor sleep, physical work, or training. The heart doesn't get recovery time. It gets pushed again and again. And when symptoms show up, racing heart, anxiety, chest tightness, they're brushed off as part of the lifestyle. That's just V. That mindset is the real danger. V Energy didn't become popular because it's safe. It became popular because it made stimulant stress feel acceptable. Brand number 4, Mother. Mother's marketed as the smoother energy drink, cleaner, calmer, and somehow more controlled. That image is exactly what lowers people's guard. This brand doesn't scream danger. It whispers safety. And that's why it's so effective. The reality is far less comforting. Mother still delivers a heavy stimulant hit designed to push your nervous system into overdrive. Heart rate increases. Blood pressure rises. The difference is perception, not physiology. The stimulation is still there. It is just packaged to feel gentler so people consume it more casually and more often. That casual use is where the real risk begins. Mother is treated like an everyday beverage. Grab one on the way to work. Another before training. Sometimes stacked with coffee. Sometimes used on little sleep. Your heart doesn't care about branding. It responds to stimulation the same way every time, with stress. What makes Mother particularly deceptive is the clean energy narrative. People assume smoother equals safer. It doesn't. Smoother just means the stimulant curve feels less jarring, allowing prolonged exposure and repeated use. That extended stimulation keeps the heart working harder for longer periods without obvious warning signs. Mother doesn't reduce risk. It hides it behind softer branding and reassuring language. Brand number 5, Rockstar. Rockstar is built around one idea: push harder, go longer, ignore the cost. This brand doesn't pretend to be casual or balanced. It sells intensity. Bigger cans, louder claims, and a performance-first identity that encourage people to override their body's limits. The formulation reflects that mindset. Rockstar delivers a heavy stimulant hit designed to keep your nervous system switched on for extended periods. Heart rate stays elevated, blood pressure stays up, and that prolonged stimulation is exactly what turns a short-term boost into sustained cardiac strain. What makes Rockstar especially dangerous is how it's used. It's consumed before workouts, during long shifts, and late at night when the body is already exhausted. Instead of recovery, the heart gets more stimulation. Instead of rest, it gets pushed harder. Over time, palpitations, anxiety, and chest tightness are dismissed as part of the grind. There's no illusion of moderation here. Rockstar's branding encourages excess, and the product delivers it. Multiple cans in a day aren't unusual. Stimulant stacking becomes normal, and the line between performance and damage gets blurred. Rockstar doesn't support performance. It replaces recovery with stimulation, and your heart pays the price for that shortcut. Brand number 6, Prime Energy. Prime Energy might be the most irresponsible energy drink on Australian shelves, not because it's subtle, but because it's aimed straight at young people. Bright colors, influencer hype, sports, and gaming culture. This brand isn't built for tired adults. It's built to hook teenagers and young adults who don't understand the risk. The danger starts with perception. Prime Energy is marketed alongside hydration and performance, blurring the line between a sports drink and a stimulant. That confusion lowers guardrails. Young users don't treat it like an energy drink. They treat it like something safe to drink regularly, sometimes daily. But the formulation tells a different story. Prime Energy delivers an aggressive stimulant hit designed to spike alertness fast. Heart rate jumps. Blood pressure rises. And for younger users with lower tolerance and developing cardiovascular systems, that stress hits harder. Palpitations, anxiety, and chest discomfort are brushed off as nerves or excitement, not warning signs. What makes this brand especially dangerous is the audience it normalizes stimulation for. Teenagers don't need artificial stress to perform. But Prime teaches them to rely on it for school, gaming, training, and focus. That sets patterns early, before the body learns limits. Prime doesn't sell energy. It sells hype, and hides cardiac stress behind influencer trust. Brand number 7, Celsius. Celsius is marketed as the clean energy drink, the one you're supposed to feel good about. Fitness branding, gym influencers, words like metabolism, performance, and better for you energy. This brand doesn't look dangerous, and that's exactly the problem. Celsius sells stimulation as wellness. It frames energy as something you can sip casually before a workout or during the day without consequence. But inside, the goal is the same as every other energy drink. Aggressively stimulate the nervous system to force alertness. Heart rate rises, blood pressure follows. The body is pushed into stress mode, just wrapped in cleaner language. What makes Celsius especially deceptive is how it's used. People drink it before exercise, stacking stimulants on top of physical strain. That combination forces the heart to work harder at the exact moment it should be protected. Palpitations and dizziness are dismissed as pre-workout effects, not warning signs. The fitness halo lowers caution. Because it's sold as functional and health conscious, people consume it more often and with less restraint. Sometimes daily, sometimes alongside coffee. The heart doesn't recognize branding. It only responds to stimulation. Celsius doesn't improve performance. It masks fatigue and replaces recovery with artificial drive, pushing the cardiovascular system beyond comfort while convincing users they're making a smart choice. Brand number 8, Bang Energy. Bang Energy is what happens when restraint is completely removed from the equation. This brand doesn't aim for balance, focus, or moderation. It's built around one promise: maximum stimulation as fast as possible. And that promise comes with serious consequences for the heart. Bang is positioned right on the edge between an energy drink and a pre-workout. That's not accidental. It's formulated to hit hard, fast, and aggressively, pushing the nervous system into overdrive almost immediately. Heart rate spikes. Blood pressure surges. The body is forced into a fight-or-flight state, whether it's ready or not. What makes Bang especially dangerous is how it's used. People don't sip it casually. They use it before intense workouts, during long shifts, or when they're already exhausted. That stacks extreme stimulation on top of physical stress. The heart isn't just working harder, it's being challenged under load, repeatedly. Symptoms like chest tightness, dizziness, and racing heartbeat are brushed off as pre-workout intensity. But those aren't performance markers. They're warning signs. Bang normalizes them by framing discomfort as proof the product is working. This isn't energy. It's artificial intensity replacing recovery, sleep, and limits. And when that becomes routine, the cardiovascular system pays the price. Brand number 9, Demon Energy. Demon Energy is the perfect example of what happens when price and intensity matter more than safety. This brand isn't subtle. The name alone tells you the story. It's marketed as extreme, aggressive, and unapologetic, and it attracts exactly the kind of consumers most likely to underestimate the risk. The biggest problem with Demon Energy is how cheaply and intensely it delivers stimulation. Low cost means minimal restraint. The formulation is designed to hit hard and fast, pushing heart rate and blood pressure upward with little concern for how that stress is tolerated. There's no illusion of balance here, just raw stimulation. What makes Demon especially dangerous is the audience it pulls in. Younger users, heavy gamers, night shift workers, and people already running on poor sleep are drawn to it because it's affordable and strong. That leads to repeat use, sometimes multiple cans in a day. The heart doesn't get recovery. It just gets hit again. Symptoms like shaking, racing heart, chest discomfort, and anxiety are brushed off as part of the experience. The branding almost encourages it. If it feels intense, it must be working. That mindset is reckless, especially when combined with dehydration, stress, or physical exertion. Demon Energy doesn't pretend to care about health. It sells power at the lowest possible cost, and the cardiovascular system absorbs the consequences. Brand number 10, Pre-Workout Extreme Energy Drinks, most dangerous category. This is the most dangerous category on the entire list, not because it's misunderstood, but because the risk is openly ignored. Pre-workout and extreme energy drinks aren't designed for everyday use, yet they reconsume casually by people who have no idea how hard they re-push in their hearts. These products are built around stimulant stacking. Multiple stimulants combined into a single dose, formulated to hit fast and hard. The goal isn't steady alertness, it's maximum intensity. Heart rate spikes rapidly, blood pressure surges. The cardiovascular system is forced into overdrive before the body has time to adapt. What makes this category especially dangerous is context. These drinks are often consumed before intense exercise, on little sleep, or alongside dehydration. That means the heart is already under strain before stimulation is added on top. This is exactly when cardiac events are most likely to occur. Under stress, not at rest. There's also a dangerous mindset attached to these products. Discomfort is reframed as success. Shaking, dizziness, chest tightness, racing heartbeat, all dismissed as proof the drink is working. That culture encouraged people to ignore warning signs instead of respecting limits. These aren't energy drinks. They're chemical stress tests sold to the public without supervision, often marketed as lifestyle products rather than what they really are. By now, one thing should be clear. Energy drinks were never designed to support your health. They were designed to stimulate you, fast, aggressively, and repeatedly, regardless of what that does to your heart over time. What has been normalized as focus or performance is often just your body being pushed into stress mode again and again. This isn't about one brand or one bad choice. It's about a system that markets stimulation as productivity, exhaustion as weakness, and cardiac stress as motivation. The warning signs are there: racing heart, anxiety, chest tightness, but they're brushed off because everyone else is doing the same thing. And the most dangerous part? Most of this is legal. The labels don't lie outright. They just don't tell you what repeated stimulation does when it becomes a daily habit. Real energy doesn't come from a can. It comes from sleep, recovery, food, and rest, the things these products quietly replace. Once you understand that, it becomes harder to ignore what these drinks are really costing you. Your heart isn't disposable, and it's not designed to be pushed on demand. Which brand on this list surprised you the most? Is there one you still drinking, or one you've already decided to cut out? Leave a comment and let others see they're not alone in questioning this. If you know gym goers, students, or anyone who relies on energy drinks to get through the day, share this with them. And if you want more breakdowns exposing what's really inside everyday products people trust, make sure you're subscribed. Because once you see how this system works, you stop chasing energy and you start protecting your health.